Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us in another of our Talk With series. Today, it's a pleasure to be talking with Daniela Giordano um, on a very unusual subject, at least for us. I haven't connected these two things, and this is UFOs in the Renaissance religious art. And let me
Yeah.
tell you a little bit about Daniela. Here are two pictures of her, but I'm going to show you even more. At age 19, she won Miss Italy Beauty Contest in 1966. Returning to Italy, she soon began her career as a leading actress in movies, the theater, and on Italian national television. She lived in Rome for almost 20 years and was featured in 40 films during the peak of her career. She worked in many countries across the world, including Spain, France, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, and Turkey. So she did a lot of traveling until she retired in 1984. In 1996, Daniela co-wrote a treatise with an associate professor in mechanical engineering. So she's now jumped over to the engineering and even physics place at the University of Canterbury in Christchurch, New Zealand, which was published privately by authors in Polish, English, and Italian. The treatise examines the scientific technological approach to understanding ancient and recent artifacts of unknown origin related to possible sightings or contacts with UFOs. In 1999, she won the first prize of the Donna Lee Kehoe Journalism Award, a contest promoted by the Foundation for UFO Research in Washington, D.C., with the article titled UFOs in the History of Arts. The winning article has been published in an Italian magazine devoted to astronomical and scientific research, as well as some international magazines such as Fate in the United States. So we see two views of her, one back when she was kind of a movie star. But I want to show you, because she's written a book currently being completed in English, Three Lives in One. And but I also just wanted to show a younger version of this since I do that with virtually everybody. Okay, so at this point, let me stop my share. And you now, you can go ahead and at the bottom where it says share screen, the green at the bottom of your Zoom screen.
Yeah.
You see that? Just double click it.
Yeah. The green. Yeah. This one.
Yep, there you go. It's switching now. There you are. So we're all
Yeah.
seeing your two big rocks and a woman on the beach. So whatever you now put on your screen, we'll all see.
Oh, okay. Before to start, I just want to say some words to introduce the topic of today, because the unidentified flying objects that we will see today can probably be UFO, stars, or X fleeting in the sky. But it is up to you to decide what the artist's idea was, fantasy or a way to communicate unusual events. And I want to start with this image. Marty, can you see it?
Yes, we see the tree with the two
Okay,
branches.
okay. Yeah. Last summer, I was at the beach near my town, and I met this tree. It was beautiful from my point of view. One root, two branches, and this gave me the idea to paint it. And this I show you is the result. One root, two lovers, the women and the men here. And this is an example of the communication in art. That's the reason, because I want to show you. So we can go on. Wait a minute, I lost. Okay. This is the first image. Madonna e San Giovannino, 1406, 1469, and it's a painting from 15th century, the Virgin Mary and San Giovannino. Here the baby Jesus. But it was interest for us is a blob here be on the sky, the background, the sky, and there is a person here, and you can see here this flying object with a clear hull, and this it's a shepherd observing the object in the sky with his hand shielding his eyes, a sign of attention. And close to him there is a dog barking at the object. And please do not forget that these paintings I'm going to show you have been done in the period, the particular period of history, the Inquisition. So it was forbidden for the painters to paint something different than religious paintings. So these objects are always almost hidden in the picture. So we can see the hull very clear, the yellow gold rays, and if you notice on the left, the rays depart from the hull, but on the right, the rays depart from something here behind something. It looks like a windshield.
Hmm.
And maybe this is very clear because there was no reason to depart from here. But it seems like something like a windshield. And there are two black dots. I don't want to say that it's a driver, but could be. So this is a very famous painting, and it has been published, an article on this picture on the Observer of New York in 1996. And several years later, these photos were published in a report entitled Identifying Flying Objects Briefing Document, the Best Available Evidence. And thanks to a funding from Lawrence Rockefeller, then 85 years old, 1,000 copies were printed and sent to only very important persons, such as Henry Kissinger, Colin Powell, former State Secretary, Bill Clinton, and Jacques Chirac, former France President. Okay. This is another important painting. The subject is that of the Annunciation. This is an altarpiece. It was painted by Crivelli. And we can see here a story. This one is a patron of the town, Saint Emilio. This below is the Archangel Gabriel. And up there is something in the sky, an object with many rays but one of them is very thick and long and passing through a little window in this wall, touch the Holy Spirit, the dove, and touch it, the Virgin. So we have an observer, and we have other two persons. This observer is looking on the right. This is a very important thing, because here he is a nobleman reading a message just received from another man who brought a cage with a pigeon. The pigeon now left, and the nobleman is reading a message. So, detractors say that this man is looking at the pigeons on the left, but his head is turned to the right. I show you a detail of the airborne object. You see the thicker ray. The author, the painter, wanted to say something different with this. And then you see the observer is shielding his eyes like the shepherd before, and the head is turned to the right. And you can see here the pigeons are on the left. So it could mean that object or the ray emitted a dazzling light. Okay. Now please compare this object with a photo taken by Ed Waters Gulf Breeze in Florida on December 1987. They are quite similar. This is beautiful from my point of view. We cannot exclude the idea that Crivelli was trying to include something out of this world in the picture. Okay, we can go on. Oh, these are two tapestries. The life of the Virgin Mary on the right and Magnificat on the left. As you can see in the detail, in the sky, in the background, there is an object. And the detractors say that this is a hat, an hat. Okay. And in Magnificat on the left, there is another object, black object, but it is depicted in manner to indicate the dead leaf movement, typical of many UFO sightings. So it's up to you to decide if it is a fact or is an object. Okay. This is a tapestry, another tapestry, the summer triumph, and is listed, is possibly created in Bruges, listed in the Bayerische National Museum in Munich, Germany. Okay, you see this is an allegorical image of summer, and the period is 1538, and this date is woven in both corners of the tapestry, and there is an inscription here, translated means King Goshi of Gachmin, but in the detail you can see in the background and in the sky there are several UFOs, objects, or hats, as you like. And one two on the left, and here on the right another one, and maybe here another one. The enlargement is not possible to have more details. This is the Tebeide, lonely, that means lonely place for praying. The painting depicts a series of religious scenes referring to different religious circles. So, as you see, are only religious men here. And what is some interest for us is under the cave, under the ark, there is a cave, and in this cave there is a Saint Girolamo kneeling in front of the cross. And here, a little object, red object, between the trees. It seems between the trees. You see here, this is the saint, the cross, the lions, that the saint was always near a lion. And this is the object. So the detractors say that this is a religious act. And this wheel is a galero, a cardinal or pontifical hat with large brim and red in color. But this wheel that I see here, it's a design like I see in the comics to indicate the movement. So it's up to you to decide if it is a hat or an object flying. Too big, as the hat is too big to stay here, should be here. Okay. This is the galero, the hat we were talking, red in color, and this rim, according to the tractor, are this wheel. Okay. Let's go on. That's very nice. This is a huge altar piece from the year 1595, ascribed to Bonaventura Salimbeni, and you can find it in the Church of St. Peter in Montalcino, near Florence, Italy. According to the art historian, this altarpiece represents, in accordance with the Roman Catholic Apostolic tradition, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Not a word about the sphere, about the God, not a word. On examination of the painting, we will notice an object reminding us the 1950 years when Russia began to explore space by orbiting the first satellite named Sputnik. We have a good detail. This globe that should be represented has two antennae and have metallic lusters and are linked to the globe by a kind of joint. On the top of the antenna, which antenna is a little globe, gold, and on the left one there is a cross. So, an interesting detail is the eye located on the lower left of the globe. And this detail resembles the lens of a camera, but officially is a moon, and this is the sun reflecting on the globe. And what is interesting are these small balls or washers or bushings, I don't know how you call it, here. And there are two other over the hands of the Son and the Father. Yes, there is another connection here, one and one, and this one and the other. And there are signs also on the globe that seem meridians. Other fields, they resemble metallic welding. Anyway, the overall effect of this object is a shiny metallic quality, so much as the sun reflects on it. Is this a globe as many state, or an allegoric image of the earth? It's so detailed, you cannot create things like this by fantasy or by religious idea. Okay, it's up to you to decide that. Okay, there we go. This is nice. This is Saint Jeremiah Contemplation, year 1476, 1478. It's a beautiful miniature kept from a manuscript in Vatican Museum. It is you can find it in the Vatican Museum. And these are important because this painting is important because you have many effects. You have the Saint Jeremiah here in the knee, contemplation the Father, so a religious, mystical image in the angel, but we have the reality too, the mountain, the man, the horses, the town, and we have a little object here in the sky. We have a detail, you can see better. So it is surrounded by flames, and from the flames depart a straight beam of light, yellow beam of light. And straight light doesn't exist in nature. So just now we know it could be a ladder, but it was not possible to have ladder in those periods. So it's up to you what the painter have seen, what you know. It's up to you to design all this. This is okay. Let's go on. Wow. This is French miniature, sorry, the accent. Miniature. Year 1453, and is taken from a French book titled The Book of Good Manners by Jacques Legrand. And it is held in Chantilly-Con's Museum in France. And you can see here a lady with a conical hat moving a wheel, that is the wheel of the fortune. So, Lady Fortune, and in front of her, several knights, and impending on the scene, there is this huge round object in the sky with two semicircles here, very important. It could be a fantasy, if were not for this guy here, this man here, looking at the object with surprise. So it's something real. Okay. Go on. This is a fresco that houses in the Svetskovoye Cathedral in the ancient capital of Georgia, Russia. We can see on the right and on the left of the cross two giant fishes, or something similar to objects
Mhm.
in this shape. And in the detail below, in color, but here on the right, in black and white, you can see that within the yellow fish we have a face, two faces. The cathedral was badly damaged at the end of the 14th century during the invasion of Tamerlane. Oh, this one, another fresco, very important and very famous. Here we have, as usual, I can say, two objects on the right and the left of the cross, on the cross, on the cross. Okay.
Oh my.
And it's located above the altar in the Visoki Bekani Monastery in Kosovo, Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia, now Kosovo. On closer examination, these objects contain figures in a sitting or crouched position, and their hands seem to be placed as if they are controlling the craft. You see, this is one on the right of the cross, and this guy has the head turned behind him, looking maybe at the friend here. Important, this object has an aerodynamical shape. These two things seems wings. This one is in black and white. You can see, look at the end, at the ends. If you put a wheel here, it's just driving the car. And it seems, I don't know, the wings are different. This could be flames, not wings. So it could be a story. Could exist a story behind these two objects. That is very nice. There you go. Whoa. This is little painting entitled The Baptism of Christ by Ert de Gelder, 1710. And this is an image of huge, round disc hovering over John the Baptist and Jesus, emitting brilliant straight beams. And there is a little hole in the center, in the middle of the object. And compare this image with that one snapped by police officer Mark Coltrane in 1978. They are similar, if not identical. No? So, artistic historians tend to regard this object as simply an opening in the sky. Okay, I don't know how it is possible, but it's an opening in the sky. So, According to you, is the Gelder's UFO simply a hole in the heavens, or could it be a craft of some kind? Up to you decide. Okay. This is a French coin, 1680, and it's not exactly a coin, but it's a token minted in 1680 as a national tool. Oh, it represents here. There is a wheel, not in the sky. These are the clouds. This is the object. With this semicircle here, with some little circle inside, could be hot home. I don't know, this is the countryside. This token, the owner of this token is Kenneth Bassett of Colorado Springs, Colorado, a former president of 32,000 member of the American Numismatic Association and owner of this coin. And some researchers feel it represents the biblical Ezekiel's will. Okay, and the Latin inscription around the coin in English is "It is here at the opportune time." This is the back of the coin, of the token. Okay. That's very nice. This is mm, represents a French soldier with his arms up and an object above him in the sky. Okay, the object is round. There are something similar porthole inside, and it is emitting, according to the painter, it is emitting flames. And these flames, the position of these flames give the idea of movement. And this is one of two images taken from a very famous book named Annales Lauricensis. It is a book about historical and religious events. And possible they are the earliest illustration of UFOs in a book form. This sighting event happened in Sigismund Castle, France, as the Saxons were attempting to invade the Emperor Tasman Sigismund Castle. A French garrison was attacking them from behind, and suddenly two flaming shields were witnessed hovering above a nearby church. The Saxons became frightened and fled. This is the second.
Daniela, we lost your voice. Well, we can still read it. Hmm. You somehow got frozen. somehow you froze up. Daniela, I hope you can still hear me. I think what I'm going to do is take the screen back and then have you take it back so you can move on. Right now, everything is frozen. Okay, oh, you can't even move. Can you tell me if you can hear me? You can't move, or like you're really frozen. Um, hmm. If you can,
Okay. Okay, can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes,
Okay, now,
now I can hear you. And it
yeah,
looks like you've got the screen back. I'm seeing your screen, so we're back in good
yeah,
shape.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Oh,
Yeah, as you
you,
said, somehow in Sicily the reception's not that good, but so far it's been great. And putting the words
yeah,
on
okay,
like we agreed to is really working well. So go ahead.
okay, okay. I was so afraid. Okay, I go on. Okay, Charles Mann, we have finished the end with Charles Mann. And this is the last one. Okay. We cannot say more much about this title, and the artist is unknown. And this dramatic piece of artwork is from a wooden drawer, supposing to be held at the Earls d'Outremont in Belgium. It represents Moses while is receiving the tablets containing the Ten Commandments. So, can you see the knots here in the drawer? And this is really a drawer, nothing to say about it. And there are, we can see several objects in the sky as sailboats. And this is just a curiosity because this compared with this photo from a video taken of a number of UFOs flying over the sky from Mexico in 1991. Okay, and you will notice Moses depicted with horns. You see here. Many artworks depict Moses with horns, including Michelangelo's statue. Okay, and this is the last two. It's the L Tribune, July 11, 1999, about this image that I've just shown to you. You see, this is Virgin Lady, the Lady Fortune, Jeremiah Contemplation, and this is the other image from the Sun, October 2000, 17 October 2000. Virgin Lady and Child with UFO, Madonna and Child with UFO, and the detail, the French soldier, and Jeremiah Contemplation. Okay, that's all, an end of the story.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Oh, do you have one more? That's the last one?
Yes, what
Yeah.
is that?
Okay.
No more, finished.
Just thank you. That is so interesting. In fact, there are comments here in the chat box. This is pretty cool. I had seen some of these before, but I didn't know that there were so many. Um,
Yeah.
so that's really cool. Someone wrote Lo schermo e bloccato. Is that in Italian? Does that mean
Yeah,
anything to
yeah,
you?
schermo is blocked.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, lo schermo è bloccato.
Which
Yes,
means,
that the monitor here and the computer is blocked.
Okay.
Bloccato, blocked means. Okay.
Okay.
I
And
don't know
we
if you are going to close,
here's
before you are going to close the discussion, I want to say it has been an honor
oh
and
no,
a
you don't get
privilege
to go
to
yet.
be here today.
You don't get
No,
to go
no.
yet. It's not over. No, we want to open the floor for questions. I mean, this is so
Okay.
interesting. Um, okay, I'm glad you
Listen,
someone is so let
may I see your
somebody
face? May I see your face?
yes, okay.
May
No,
I
thank
see your
you.
face?
Thank you. Is there anybody wants to ask a question? Turn on your mic or I will read it from the chat box. I always like to give
Okay, I
others
would like to say
a
something.
chance to ask questions. I have some. Back in the
Okay?
13th, I'm asking you now this, back in the 13th and
Yeah.
14th century, when these
Yeah.
paintings, and I think they were motivated by either stories or artists actually seeing things like this, was there anything written?
Yeah.
Back then they had, um, I think they had written material. It had to be by hand and things like that. But is there like a written history of ufology back that far?
No, no, no,
So
nothing.
okay. So what you showed us then, um, I'm sure
Yeah.
some religious people interpret it as you did, like the person's hat, but some of those you really can't
Yeah.
talk away. They look like clearly there were UFOs around in that time span. Um,
Yeah.
and you implied maybe they were trying to guide us in some way. Uh,
Yeah. That's
what
correct. Correct.
and is that your
Yeah.
interpretation of
They
all
could.
of this?
They change in some circumstances. They change the history. That, like in case of the Saxons and the French in the battle.
Right.
So without the two shields in the sky, the battle could go a different way. So there is a subtle, sub, sub way to change the event, the normal event. I
This
don't know why.
you are unfortunately hard to understand. Um, I don't know what to do about that. Um, is there somebody there who can interpret it for you in better English? Do you have anybody with you right there?
No, Karin. I have Karin, but I don't see her.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I don't
We
know why.
talked a little bit about that.
Can you
The
see her?
no,
Because
we just
can you see Karin Fallen? Karin Fallen is a,
okay. Well, does
I,
anybody else have
no, I have not.
any questions? I found the antenna very interesting. Obviously they didn't have the classic antenna, and yet
Yeah,
here we had a
yeah,
metallic object with two antenna coming out. Um,
yeah,
and some of the saucers you talked about the ray-like, laser-like things,
yeah.
and going through all the spiritual people. I just think this is so
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah,
but as you say,
it is amazing.
yeah, yeah, I don't know what to
But
say. It's
Martin,
pre.
Martin, a lot of people are angry for this, angry with this idea that could be flying, unidentified flying objects. You know,
Right.
they don't want, they don't want to accept this possibility. They say that it's a normal things, painting hats, fantasy or something like this. But
Right.
a lot of people don't want to believe that they are objects. So this
No,
is the bigger
yeah.
problem here, not.
Hey, that's true in our society now, because it means there's
Yeah.
some entities out there which seem to know a lot more than we do. Though I liked, there was one interpretation um, where you said
Mm-hmm.
they interpreted it as an opening and it was coming down on John the Baptist. I think what that shows
Mm-hmm.
is maybe it's artists' way of getting information from heaven. And,
Yeah.
that's fine directly from heaven. But now when you have UFOs
Yeah.
somehow giving information, uh-uh,
Yeah.
religious people have a lot
Yeah.
of trouble with that.
So,
Okay.
no, it's no more a problem of UFOs. If you continue to talk with people, it becomes a problem of religion.
Hmm.
So it's hard. It is hard. Not all, not all people. You know, surely not all the people think like us. Of course, we have a much more open mind.
Okay. God, this is so fascinating, and I'm glad we're doing it now, right before Christmas. It's just the right time to do this. Anybody else? Anybody have questions, comments before we end this? You've got the unique opportunity here, but this is just the fact that we can see them all together. I thank you so much for that, Daniela. That's so
Okay,
beautiful.
thank you to you.
More to ponder.
Thank you.
Okay, and
Thank
with
you.
with that,
Okay.
I wish everybody a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, um, and
Yeah.
definitely a happy
Merry
2000.
Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to you all too. Too. And I want to thank you for the attention and the patience you had with my accent, terrible accent. Thank you. Anyway.
Well, no, but it was really your idea to put the words right there on the picture, and that worked beautifully. So, okay, finally,
Okay.
thank you again, and everybody
Okay.
have a happy new year as well, and
Thank
love,
you.
wisdom, beauty, joy. I like to end with that sometimes. Take care.